Well, today we're going to continue writing and solving those equations to find the missing values. And today we're looking at people are buying outfits for their student-led conferences. Very exciting. And we're told that we need to write a series of 4 expressions using those let statements always to describe the expressions. And we're only, of course, going to use one variable. So let's start off. Corbin spent half of what Aditi did on his outfit for student-led conferences, half of what Aditi did. So that means we're going to start with the money Aditi spent. So I'm going to say let M equal amount of money Aditi spent. Okay. And the reason we started with Aditi is because we needed to know Aditi's in order to figure out Corbin's. Corbin spent half. Well, half means we're going to be dividing by 2. So that's going to be let M divided by 2. Remember, we're in 7th grade. Very, very important that you write these looking like this. Otherwise, you will absolutely get confused when you go to combine those like terms. So again, let M divided by 2 equal the amount of money. This is Corbin. That Corbin spent. And then Victoria spent $24 more than Corbin. So we're going to start with Corbin's. Let M divided by 2. $24 more tells me to add 24. Oops. It's plus 24. Plus 24. And that equals the amount of money Victoria spent. And it does tell us to write 4 expressions. We know we're looking at all together, the total. So that means we're going to write our final let statement. And we are going to make sure we include the amount that everyone spent. We find a total by adding them together. So it's going to be let M plus M divided by 2 plus M divided by 2 plus 24 equals the total amount spent. Okay, so we've got our 4 expressions all written using let statements to describe those expressions. So far so good. The next thing we need to do is to solve the equation we wrote. Well, we haven't quite written that equation yet. I know when I write my equation that it's going to be total equals total. So I know the total that I wrote as far as the expression goes. I wrote M plus M divided by 2 plus M divided by 2, or half of M, plus 24. And that equals what they spent all together. I know the previous page we were told that all together their total was 172. So I now have the equation I need to solve. Before I can do anything, I need to combine my like terms. So anything that has a variable, I'm going to put in a box. I'm going to be sure to keep the operation in front of each of those so I know what to do with them. And I'm going to underline my constants. In this case, I was very lucky. I don't have to really rearrange anything because they're already put in order. Right? You know, all the boxes are together, all the underlines are together. So I've got M plus M divided by 2 plus M divided by 2. M divided by 2, each of these really means half of an M. Well, half of an M plus half of an M is an entire M. So that's an M right there. M plus M, of course, is 2M plus 24 equals 172. Now I start asking that question, what's the opposite? What's the opposite of plus 24? Of course, is minus 24. Both sides of my equation. Those cancel. I'm left with 2M equals, okay, 172 minus 24. I take 20 away, that gives me 152. Take away 4 more, that gives me 148. What's the opposite of times 2? Divide by 2. Both sides. These cancel. I'm left with M equals, well, half of 14 is 7, so that's, of course, really 70. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So M is equal to 74. And now I need to figure out how much money each person spent. So I'm actually going to go on to the next page. I don't want to forget that M equals 74. That's what I just found. Okay, now I've got, who do I have? I've got Aditi, Corbin, and Victoria. Aditi, the expression for Aditi is M. I know that M equals 74. Next I've got Corbin. I know the expression for Corbin is M divided by 2. M still equals 74 because once I found that value, it remains the same. And then finally I've got Victoria. And the expression that we found for Victoria is going to be, or is, M divided by 2 plus 24, and M equals 74. Okay, so now I just go and substitute in. This one I've got M, so Aditi spent $74. Corbin is 74 divided by 2. Half of 74. Well, half of 70 is 35. Half of 4 is 2. So that's $37. That's what Corbin spent. And Victoria, I've got 74 divided by 2 plus 24. Half of 74 is 37 plus 24. 37 plus 24. Well, 30 plus 20 is 50. 7 plus 4 is 11. 50 plus 11 more is $61. And there you go. Now you know how much everyone spent for their student-led conference outfits.